Good evening, dear guests. Welcome to our 9th webinar on vertical farming as part of the Equine Plus project funded by the European Union through Erasmus Plus. Through this project, we aim to empower young individuals to embark on a journey that revolves around essential and interconnected topics on vertical farming and entrepreneurship, including topics on sustainability, climate change, ensuring food security, and adopting smart farming practices. Equine Plus is a 2-year project that involves organizations from 6 different countries: France, Austria, Greece, Turkey, the Netherlands, and Portugal. You can learn more about the project through our website. I will paste the link in the comment section in a minute. For now, allow me to introduce our distinguished speaker for today, Lorenzo Franchini. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. A visionary in the realm of vertical farming and co-founder of Vertical Farming Consulting and Education. Lorenzo will speak a bit more about himself in the presentation. So, yeah, I give the word to you. Give the floor to you, Lorenzo.
Okay, thank you, Jana. My screen is shared, or I have to share that? Okay, I have to share it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So nice to meet everyone. Thanks for inviting me. I mean, ninth webinar about vertical farming. It's a lot. Yeah. Basically, I discovered vertical farming in 2015 because there were the Expo in Italy at the time, and there were a small prototype of vertical farming in Milan at that time, and so I got curious and I make my final thesis degree about that. They gave me 2.7, so it wasn't so well. But also because at the time there were no knowledge on the web, there were nothing about that, and so in the next years I've tried to understand if there were something that I could do to make vertical farm more known in Italy. So with other friends, we put together a startup. At that time was Vertical Farming Italia, and we tried to put ourselves in the middle between the vertical farms producer or industries. I mean, the one that built all the tools and all the structures, and the farmers or the curious people or the investors that want to build a vertical farm. So we try to be consultant intermediaries. During our first years, we made 2 projects. Oh shit. Sorry. Okay, the first one in 2017 was close to Parma, Reggio Emilia. We tried to do an experimental project for growing wild strawberries. Okay, in a quite unusual substrate that is volcanic rock. That is very good, but it's also very heavy, so different to use, very hard to use, but it's very good for the plants. And I am imagining that the people that are here knows that a vertical farm is a full controlled environment where temperatures and humidity are controlled and maintained at the level that the plants like, and the LED. The light, the sun is substituted by the LED. Our second project, where it's still operated, and in south of Italy, it's a small vertical farm, like 60-70 square meters, and they are now focusing on producing basil with the system that you see at the top. And so if you go to a supermarket in south of Italy, you can find the living basil from our client. So You can buy the plants that you can use in the kitchen or simply transplant in your garden. And okay, in Italy, the market of vertical farming is not so big. I mean, since we start our journey, there were 0, and now there are like 4 or 5 vertical farms, but all of them are very, very big. And I will show you a picture of one of them at the end of the presentation. And so for a young startup that want to live on their work of consultants, it was not possible to go along with this very blocked market. So we decide we have the idea of bringing the vertical farming into the schools. So we found in 2020 a vertical farming education. We won a funding, a local funding of we get some money to buy our vertical farms, this system for the middle school. And since then we have reached 30 schools and over 2,000 students with our workshops on cultivation. That is very important, that young people cultivate, reconnect with the food chain. It's very important because no one today asks himself where my food come from. We need to start asking that if you want to survive. And when we begin to ask ourselves this question, we need to decide if you wanted to eat something that is healthy and sustainable, or if you wanted to, if you don't want to do that. But our objective is to make young people aware of the impact of our food. So the vertical farm in this case is also useful to make students understand the water footprint, as you can see in the slide, water footprint, healthy diet, sustainable diet, the water footprint of the food. Because if I ask you how much water we use every day, you don't know that. But in the average in the world, every person uses 5,000 liters every day of water. 5,000 liters every day, every person. Because the 90% of this water is behind the food we eat. Okay, so making the students feel the reservoir, make them understand the virtual water, the water behind the food. So we are now growing a lot. We are in Parma, in Milan, and also this year we are in the high school where we use these towers to make older students cultivate. And in this project, we also had the startupping project, or the students in group trying to develop their startup, trying to get some fundings. Like as Joanna was saying, this webinar is paid from your Erasmus Plus. No, it's a European funding. There are a lot of money out there that we can use to develop our project. That could be a vertical farm. That could be another project useful for environmental transition to a greener economy, a greener society. And I want the students be ready to get that money and make their own project. Okay, that's our objectives. Also because this tower is the same that this restaurant in the United States use for growing food for their clients. So it's not so far away. This restaurant in United States, in the States, you have 4 suppliers of food. United States are bigger than Europe. So you imagine that they have 4 suppliers, and food normally travels like 2 weeks to get to the farm, to the kitchen of a person. Vertical farm in the States function very well also because of this, because no one eats very healthy and local food. So if in a restaurant you could have food like this, it's very interesting. Also because it's it's energy consumption. There is energy consumption, but the water consumption is like 5% of the one outside, and also the nutrient of the food are very higher. So if you wanted to start a vertical farm, you have to remember that it's true. There will be energy consumption that you have to consider, but the nutrient that will come out from your food is higher than the one that is imported from elsewhere. So this is a kind of vertical farm you can start if you know your market. So basically, if you want to start a vertical farm, you need to know your market. You need to know where are you, your neighborhood. They are willing to pay maybe some premium price to get your product. I don't know. In Italy, it's not. In Italy, no, it's not like that. In Italy, okay, we have a lot of good food, but not everyone is want to spend more money to get fresh food. And if you want to scale a little bit higher, this is a vertical farm that I love, because I don't know if you have invited them, but I can give you their contact. They are young guys from Bolzano, north of Italy, that developed a small, medium, and high vertical farm, and it's focused on microgreens. I don't know if you know microgreens, but they are very interesting to me, because in the future, where resources will be very scarce, and we need to focus on producing food that have high level of nutrients and low resources, and with low resources for producing it. And the microgreens are perfect for that. Microgreens are every plants you can imagine, like I don't know in English, but I don't know, legumes, okay, kale, rainbow chard, arugula, okay, lettuce. Those are the ones that mainly in vertical farm are cultivated, but also onions, quite everything you can find in a supermarket. But you cut the plants where it's very small, so you have all the nutrient inside, all the flavor inside, and it's with 4 or 5 liters of water. You can have a salad with also a complete salad with few resources. It is very interesting. Their mainly target is chef restaurant, because the chefs love this kind of products to enrich their plates. Okay, this is Ulrich, one of the founder of Pro Farms. If you are curious, you can contact them, because they are very nice people. So basically, they sell the microgreens to the chef, and also the vertical farm, turnkey solution for the people who want to start their business. And they help him with all the recipe of the microgreens and so on. Because I don't know in your countries where you come from, but in Italy, vertical farms at the moment are producing only lettuce, maybe basil, pesto from basil. And I mean, we cannot survive eating lettuce, but we can survive eating microgreens. So if you wanted to pick a crops to start your business, I would prefer those ones. But obviously, this is my opinion, okay? And this is a medium scale vertical farm, and the large scale vertical farm that are growing around the world, like Planet Farms a Milano, and they are very big. How they start? They start attracting investors, signing contract with distributors like Esselunga, or I don't know, Carrefour, okay? And once they have confirmed that Carrefour will buy X thousand bags of lettuce every day, they start the vertical farm. Very huge, very big. Obviously, it's not my cup of tea, okay? It's a thing that I don't like, but probably it's better, like speaking about nutrients, speaking about transportation, speaking about water use. Obviously, it's better than importing from elsewhere. But I would prefer a lot of small farmers spread it around the world. So, I mean, that's my dream. Maybe it's not the reality at the moment. And okay, I mean, I know it is recorded. Plant Farms is our is investing in our projects, educational projects. So maybe cut the part that I don't like. I mean, they are very good, but I don't like the thing of huge vertical farm. Planet Farms works very well, like Agricola Moderna, Local Greens, other huge vertical farm that are growing in Italy. But I think it's clear. I prefer small vertical farms and a lot of people that cultivate outdoor, indoor, wherever, but more people that cultivate our food. Thank you. If you have a question, obviously I'm here. Let's grow the future.
So I have a question. And so what inspired you to become a co-founder of vertical farming consulting and education? And is your educational background connected to that topic?
No, it's not connected. I mean, I study economics. I don't like a lot economics, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I've used my background for what I'm doing now, because I have studied a lot after the university. Every year I make a course, I read books. That's the most important. You need to be curious if you wanted to strive in this world. And I mean, it's my opinion. And yeah, I love to design projects, to think about new thing, to think about projects. And once I have designed and implemented one, I want a new more. So I cannot work in a company, because after 3 months I get tired of that. And also I love to sleep after lunch. So a lot of company don't allow that. So
yeah, I understand that.
okay.
Thank you.
But I have been lucky to do that, because if you have a rent to pay, if you have children, or something like that, you cannot do what I'm doing. I mean, this year, maybe it's the first year I have an income. In the past 5 years, I have not that. So I am lucky, and that's the reason why I go to school and try to teach students to get to, I don't know, to be prepared for this world. I mean, because it's not easy. The work, the labor world, the labor market is not easy. So they have to be ready, have to be hungry.